Today we're going to be going over the StackShot and how to use it to capture images of different focuses. So right now the mode we use is total distance, and the distance specifies the entire distance the camera is going to travel, and it's going to be split amongst the number of steps. So right now we have this camera set up to the StackShot and it's going to capture the image over here. So looking at the configuration options, each time the camera moves between steps, it's going to take one picture here. I find that there's not that many discrepancies between the pictures, so there's no need for me to use multiple. For T-settle, this is pretty important. This is the amount of time it takes for the camera to settle after it moves into a new position before it captures the image. So as you can see here, we have a bulkier setup. So when I do move it, the camera's going to shake a little bit, but it settles after around a second, right? So I keep it at a second so that the image that it captures is going to be aligned with the previous image. T-off is just the time after the camera captures the image and before it moves to the next position, which you could keep lower. Okay, so over here we have auto return, which I set as yes. So that just means after the entire distance is traveled, it returns to the initial position. And for the speed, you can set it higher if you want to. Just make sure that the camera doesn't shake too much after it travels. So you could adjust that using T-settle that I showed previously. T-lapse you would turn on if you were doing a time lapse, but we're doing a StackShot image, so you can leave this off. T-pulse and tramp are just camera movement fine adjustments, so I usually don't touch that. For the torque, for a heavier setup like this, I like to keep it at 3, where it's low enough for the camera to travel smoothly, but it's powerful enough to move a heavier setup. So when you're ready to capture the image, you want to set the camera to a initial plane that's either the focus closest to you or furthest from you. So I'm going to start from the focus that's furthest from me, which is going to be the condensation. To double check, I'm going to move this camera back and you see the fungus coming into focus. So I'm going to set it initially at this condensation, and you have to turn this live off to capture it. And once you're ready, just click down, which is going to bring the camera towards you and move the focus towards the object that's closer to you. So once you're done taking the pictures, just double check that everything is in frame. So starting off with the condensation that's behind the fungus, we see that's in frame. And as we move through the pictures, we expect to see the condensation lose focus and this fungus coming out more. And that's exactly what we see. There's a variety of ways you could combine the StackShots, but the way I use is to go in Photoshop, and then I go to Files, Scripts, and then to Load Files into Stack. And then I put in the files that are going to be analyzed. And then I click Attempt to Align Source Images. And it's going to slowly load those in. So now you should have the images loaded on the side here, but it's only going to be showing you one image. And this one we have the condensation layer in focus, whereas the fungi is not in focus. So we're going to select all of these layers, and then we're going to go into Edit, and then we're going to go into Auto Blend Layers and Stack Image and leave these checked. Click OK, and just wait a little bit. And you should have all of the image in focus from the condensation layer to the fungus layer.